I could do the countdown. I could. Or I could just start it like right now. I could just let it hit 45 seconds and just start it, you know? I could do that. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just go ahead. Wait, turn that off. Then I'm gonna do this. Ooh, and then wait for it. There we go. Background music. Up there it is. And then wait for it. It's a pop-up stream, so like I'm sure I got time before someone shows up. Right? There's no one here just randomly when I just randomly started the stream. I mean, this is a crazy time. It's a crazy time. It's one of those like times where it's like realistically no one should show up for this stream like so early. Like I gotta really sit on this before anybody pops in. Realistically, from a scrubby, nobody really watches my shit kind of standpoint. But it's fine though. It's fine though. Like I'm doing this on purpose. Think of it like a test of faith. Except, not really. I don't know what the fuck am I even talking about. I'm just talking, bro. Just running my mouth. That's active. That's on. Views on. There we go. Yeah, we're good there. We're Gucci there. You know what? It's been a long time since I did this other thing as well. Let me pull up mini rod. Let's pull up mini rod here. Pop that. Oh right, that's where I ended my last video. Okay, let me get this shit on screen too. Pull that over. Pull that over here. Start. It can't quite be seen yet. Hold on. I gotta put it in shrink mode. Boom. There we go. Yeah. Now it's all minimized and shit. As it should be. Do I want to sell these? Everything that's eligible can go. I don't really care about any of these fish. I'm not gonna lie. First time I seen that, a shiny fuel fish tank, but I kind of don't care. Get it out of here. Actually, no, I'll hold on to the rest to these. Do I have enough? Do I have miracle bait? Or actually, before I even move on with my life, let me grab some miracle bait. Already got some. Alright, let me grab this too. What a beautiful fish tank. Glorious. Alright. Alright. Down you go. What the hell? That should fix it, right? No? Yeah, that should be it, right? Wait, Gucci? OBS was doing something weird just now. That should clear up whatever that is. I'm so glad no one's here right now. I hate when OBS has random issues. It is a spontaneous stream after all. It's not that big a deal. Back it. I'm so fast, so fast. Alright, get me out of here. What am I gonna do? I should start scoping out a new build. And that means, a whole lot of things. Okay. pretty sure this is like one of the most popular builds people make, right? Like, they make a build with this. Yep. There's a lot of air traffic. That's probably what that is. Oh, it's so annoying. What a terrible night to have decided to stream. But it's valid. It's actually super valid. What? What is the game? Why is it freezing? Doesn't make any sense. The fuck? It's not supposed to freeze like that, like at all. In fact, this game is never frozen like that when you click off of it. It's a background game. The hell is going on? Save and quit. Fuck you and your shenanigans. What if I click off now? What? It's all buggered out. I don't understand what's happening. I don't get it. Me no understand. What if I click here? So it's fine until I click here? What? Huh. It's only when I click into a different game does Mini-Rod stop functioning. But if I click on OBS, it's fine. If I click on... What if I go to Steam? No issues. How does that work? How does that make any sense? Me no understand. Whatever. Here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so it's fine when I'm in the main menu? What? But when I'm here, it's frozen. Excuse me? Okay, now it's back. Frames are dropping. But no, it's like the frames in the game aren't dropping. Like, not on this game. Frames in general aren't dropping. Everything's fine. But when I go into... pause it. About options. What is happening? I don't get it. I do this, we're good. Go back into the game, we're good. I go into the main menu, it moves again. Like it's nothing wrong. What? What if I click random save? Okay. That messes with it a little bit. But like, not as much. What the fuck is happening? It's weird because my computer's not responding negatively to being in the game. But Mini-Rod at the bottom left of the screen is freezing when I'm in the lobby. What about if I'm in a level? If I go to a level real quick, let's see, let's just cathedral, nothing crazy. Okay, it's fine when I'm loading. It's fine when I'm here. What the? See, it's fine. It's moving now. Okay, now it's bugging out again. What? What if I teleport around? Okay, that triggered a loading screen. It's moving again. Okay, kind of. It's struggling. What the fuck is going on? I don't get it. I'm confused. I'm baffled. I'm worried even. I don't understand. But you know what? Fuck it. Let's see about making that new build. I feel like that's important. That's the important thing here. So I want to make something fresh. As fresh as possible. I think I might make another dagger build, but I've already used this to make a build, so probably not this one. How you doing, AC? We had a good Thanksgiving. Let's see. Should I make a build? I already made a... I mean, there's no point in making a build like this because it's the equivalent of making a dual iron sword build or any other build like that. Like, it's pointless. I already have... Lightning Sting, I made a build with that. Already made a build with that. It's on the channel. Let's see. Maybe I could do a no. I was gonna say Barbarian Blade, but like that's stupid because I already have a build using all 3 Rage Meter builds. Like all 3 of these are in one weapon. So that's pointless. Shit. I don't know what to do. I could try. I mean, I made a build with that, but I could try like a Constellation solo build, but like it's really not gonna do anything. It's really not gonna do anything. I guess I should say happy late Thanksgiving, by the way, because you know, a day has passed already. 2 days actually. Yeah. Wow. Time flies, huh? Anyway, I have a build with Black Razor. Honestly, Black Razor by itself as a solo focus is pretty bad. So no, thank you. Remember how you get the weapon next to the constellations? Oh, these? Yeah, I can show you how if you don't know. I have a video on it on my channel, but it doesn't matter. I can show you right now. Why would you go watch that when I could literally show you? I don't know if I could just teleport. Thank you, video game. I mean, fuck you. Alright, cool. I need to swap. I need some movement speed. There we go. Now I'm a fast boy. And I'm about to get even faster. Weep. Weep. Stupid. Alright, so to get to the constellations, to get the weapon you want, the Flamekeeper Sickles, you're going to need to get here. I mean, anywhere here, doesn't matter. Assuming you come from this direction, you'll just, you know, go through here, progress normally like you normally would. You know, pop up with the wind thingy, go down here, blah, 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 blah. You could take the stairs, or you could just go around the sides if you got the mobility for it. You know, whatever works for you. Usually I just jump from there to there. And then you gotta go fight this boss. Hey buddy, I need you dead. Can't see shit, Captain. So many flames. Oh wait, let me get this on. Put the cooldown. I can't see shit. So many flames, so much destruction and death. I love it, but also, damn. I'm actually quite literally blinded by the lights. Yo, the Weeknd would love this shit. I am in fact blinded by the lights. Alright, that's how you get it. You kill that guy and he drops the weapon. Alright. Alright, there we go. Sorry, I had to check something real quick. I don't know why I haven't gotten it. If I'm already... It's fine, dude. It's a lot of various weapons and just various small things. I have a whole video for the soul fruits and for every stage except for the second stage, or the third stage. And the reason is simple. The third stage only has 2 soul fruits, and both of them are actually fucking worthless. And like overall, they're not like extremely worthless, but they're just like it's kind of fruits you put on for fun, but never for benefit or because they're good, because they're not good. I mean, I can show you which ones are on that in that stage. It's this fruit. This fruit is in there. I believe it's this one, or I might be tripping. No, it's this one. It's this one. It's 100% this one. And then I think it is. This one is also. Yeah, you get this one as well in stage 3. But they're not worth going after. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably one of the most worthless fruits in the entire game. And you might be thinking, well, maybe you can make a build out of just purely super dash damage, because you get that through this fruit, right? Not really, because you see, it doesn't actually scale correctly. And by that I mean, you can stack all your sharpens and empowerments and all this other stuff to give you crazy buffs. and it just wouldn't really affect us as much. You might see some decent damage on the weaker enemies at level 6, but this is like some level 3, level 2 okay-ish thing. Like if you're still running on those level toughness, you can run this fruit no problem, but the moment you crank it up any higher, this is useless, and it just doesn't scale properly. I don't know if it's something in the code or if it's like that on purpose, but yeah, so that's mainly why I just don't have a video for the soul fruits in stage 3. The quest I'm on is the same one you're on, the waiting line for content. I know, crazy. That's the quest I'm doing on this stream specifically. Waiting in line for new content. Welcome. You must have been a tough journey, you know? Well, you're here now, and now you gotta wait with the rest of us. Crazy, right? I'm sorry you had to find out this way, but this is just how it is. Oh, you're still alive. Lucky you, bruh. Lucky you, bruh. You're dead, though. Anyway, what am I even doing? Yeah, that's right. I was making a build, or thinking up a new build. I need to make a new build, but, like, I don't know what to make. At this point, I've done everything that makes sense. The fire build that I made can literally be swapped out with this weapon. It's just flavor at this point. You want to use this weapon or this weapon? They do the same damn thing. At this point, it really just is a matter of, do you want to have this or this as your main weapon? Like, or I mean, maybe you like the skills on this weapon more, but like it doesn't matter. You can switch them out, right? When you're making, before you decide on which weapon, you know, decide, right? Blah 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 blah. So it's no point in making another fire build because they all do the same shit, and this shit's ass. I don't care what nobody says, but even at max level, it's not worth investing into because there's better ways to get explosions. The meteors are more consistent, superior means of damage compared to this. So I'm really just out of ideas on what I could possibly have as a build. Why am I messing up the timing? Did I take something off? No, I didn't take anything off. Why is it? There's a 12,000. Why am I not hitting it? Is it glitching out? Why is my 12,000 not triggering? I can't. No. What? Wait, why can't I hit them? I can't hit them. Is it glitching out? There it is. See, it popped up there. I don't understand what's happening. Why is the game bugging out like this? I'm dead confused, bro. 16,000. See, sometimes it just doesn't hit. Huh? I don't understand. See, it just went through him that time. 19,000. Okay, I don't know why that fluctuates. Like, it just sometimes it didn't hit. The fuck just happened? I don't want to talk about it. I don't like it. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Appreciate you, Jordan. What are you doing, man? Happy late Thanksgiving. I mean, what has it been, like 2 days? Yeah. Has it been? Am I just saying that out loud? Thanksgiving was no. Okay, Thanksgiving was. Yeah, no, it's fine. Or am I tripping? Was Thanksgiving yesterday or the day before yesterday? Well, have I just been inside of a fucking time vortex, bro? Like, I know I live inside of a hyperbolic time chamber at this point, just waiting for cool things and interesting things to happen in my life. But like, fuck, losing track of time, losing track of the days is crazy. It's crazy. Now, before anybody asks, no, I don't do any kind of drugs. I don't smoke weed. I'm just fucking really good at forgetting to pay attention, and I just don't pay attention. This past couple days. Okay, that makes sense. I think. Shit, who knows? Maybe it doesn't make sense. Who's really keeping track anymore, right? These days, you just live day to day. Planning. Trying not to go homeless. Shit's hard, bro. Oh my god, I don't know what, I don't think there's a build I can make that would actually be very interesting. I could make a full poison build, but that shit would be ass. I don't know if anyone else has ever done it, but as someone who's made a full poison build in every version of the game so far, including this version of the game on another save, it's not worth it. I have multiple saves, by the way, but yeah, the full poison build is like really bad. My favorite weapon that I don't use is the constellations, because they're really weak and they just have no place in this game right now, because they have no way, there's no way to scale the damage up in a way that's meaningful. You could throw the effect on other weapons and it still wouldn't be worth it. It's like a meme effect, honestly. It's a cool looking weapon, one of my favorite weapons in the game. I mean, look at them. They're beautiful, glorious, but they suck. You know, they're really bad. Because outside of the damage being okay, you know, the damage on these isn't awful, but it's the effect. When you talk about crazy overpowered effects and like cool extreme power, you don't get shit out of this weapon. In fact, even when you're trying to go for a more modest, okay build that's not all about obliterating things, it still underperforms. Even with this current version of the game, the best you could do is like make it look pretty, and you can still fight with it on level 6. It's not like impossible to play with it. It's just not effective. It needs a lot of buffs, but other than that, my actual like favorite weapon that actually works. So I guess my second favorite would be the Ashmaker, and my third favorite is the Wraith. I would say Winter's Heart is one of my top top weapons in the game, but it has a glaring flaw that I don't like, that a lot of people don't talk about for whatever reason. It's really strong, it's really effective, it does a great job. The problem I have with this weapon is one important thing. It uses energy, and that doesn't seem like an issue to you. No, of course it doesn't. Probably because this also has a blizzard, and it's fine too. Like, they both do the same shit, right? Right? Wrong. You see, they don't do the same shit. They actually, if you can believe it, do not the same shit. I know that sounds crazy. Not the same shit? What do you mean? Because this summons blizzards only when you shatter a frozen enemy. So it doesn't cost energy. But this one costs energy. And so when you use this one, you run out of energy, and you're constantly running out of energy. And there is a way to get more energy. You could use this fruit right here. Parry restores energy, right? Every 14, or in this case 15 seconds, which it's 14.5, so 15 seconds. It's dog shit, by the way. It's a terrible buff. Awful. But there are minor augments you can put on this, except you can't. You can't put minor augments on this, or lesser augments, because you can't level this weapon up unless you farm it up. Well, you can, I take it back. You can level the weapon up, but you can't get drops for it. So it makes leveling up the weapon a pain in the ass compared to all the other weapons, and I'm just not willing to do it on this save. So no. But more importantly, there is an augment that can help. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Opportunism. Opportunism is a good, solid way to get energy back. Assuming you have, let's say you have opportunism on at least 3 things. If you had opportunism on at least 3 of your items that you have equipped, that means every 12 hits you'll get all 3 of your energy back. And that's kind of okay until you realize this is not a crazy quick weapon. Like, yeah, sure, it says it's fast, but this is more like average in my opinion. Like, this isn't really that crazy. Like, that's a lot of time to get to 12 hits, and that means you can't commit to doing any of this. I really don't think that counts towards the hit count either, for the buff to trigger. I could be wrong, because not everything triggers when you use that. When you use the vortex, sometimes certain runes don't trigger when you use vortex, and I know certain effects don't trigger, certain fruits don't care for vortex, so it's kind of worthless depending on what you're trying to do. And I don't know why it's like that. There's no like universal system for it. I guess I don't know how that works. I don't make video games. This is really annoying. Sharpness and empowerment build, it already exists. Unfortunately, that would be this build, my Shadow Monarch build. It does exactly what you think it does. It sharpens, you get empowerment. Well, actually, you don't get empowerment, you get crit increase, which this basically allows you to annihilate enemies. It doesn't look like it, but this is easily one of my strongest builds in the game that I've made personally, not, you know, what other people have made. I don't care what other people made, because their gameplay is not my gameplay. But I can easily just like kill bosses in like one really quick combo. Sometimes two, other times if I'm really unlucky, three. Like it's just ridiculous. So yeah, I do have a sharpen empowerment kind of build. Now I could make a more extreme case of it, but it's pointless. That's just kind of the problem when you're stacking sharpness and empowerment. Like they kind of overlap, and it's just at some point it's like, why not just stack 150 sharpness instead of trying to balance and min-max the sharpness and the empowerment? Because trying to upkeep both of them is silly, especially because empowerment only stacks up to 12. And last time I checked, empowerment gives you 8% per what you call it? Was it 8%? Yes, it was 8%. So empowerment is 8%. It stacks up to 12 times. So, but whereas sharpened has an infinite, sharpened just goes forever. You can stack sharpened to the moon. So I would say sharpen is just a superior thing to worry on, to focus on, because it's very easy to stack it, especially when you're using a weapon like this, with a setup like this. You know, parrying or parrying in general, and also using powers gives you, you know, what you call it. Yes, for whatever reason, I don't remember what it is, but whenever I parry with this build, I think it was something I have, something else I have on. I don't know why, but every time I parry with this build, I get like a stack of sharpness, even though that's not part of the build anywhere. I don't know why I get that. It might be something hidden in the code, but it just does. The update's coming soon? Nah, I don't know, bro. I know that the dev of the game is back to being somewhat active in a Discord, and by that I mean distantly active. He said something for the first time in like 2 months, and it was a teaser of a new location and a revamped version of which it was this stage right here, a revamped version of this place, the Imperial Citadel. Impermeable Citadel. So as far as I'm concerned, I would assume that new content has to be at least next month, right? Like, let's be real, he wouldn't do a teaser if we're not getting some shit next month, unless he's just trying to keep interest up, in which case that would suck ass, right? Like, imagine if we're just getting baited and it's not ready yet, he's just showing what he got. Like, that would suck. I mean, I get it. It's a solo dev, right? Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, he should work harder. I couldn't do what he's doing. I really couldn't, and I wouldn't want to. But you know, it's like it still does suck. It does. It sucks, bro. It sucks. Like, this is one of my favorite games to play, like right now, and it has been for the past year. Like, it just kind of sucks that I've been kind of stuck at this point of lack of progression. Like, you think you've been stuck at the waiting line. I've been stuck waiting for like the past 4 months, bro. Like, bro, it's maddening, because, you know, there's only so many times you can recreate the same builds, and, you know, like, if it wasn't for me making content on this game, I would have had to find something else to play. But like, having all the engagement on my channel and everything, and being able to plan things out over the game and all that, it does make it worth playing more. But otherwise, I would have just took a break, because, you know, like, I'm just spinning my wheels. I'm just waiting, you know. Because I'm one of the few players I'm not even gonna be humble about it. I'm actually one of the few players who, if I'm dead ass, I know most of everything about this game. I know there's like a few small gaps in my information, but that's because this game has no valid wiki or anything. So like when something is not known by the community, it's just not known. But like, did you know you can press F10 to turn the HUD off? I bet you didn't know that shit. But yeah, you could do that. Look at that. If you're on controller, I don't know how you do it, but either way, like, I just know mostly everything about the game, including locations and shit. So I was able to make videos and stuff out of that knowledge. But I mean, there's only so much knowledge I have, and even then, there's only so much knowledge in the game. Like, there's only so many things you can do. So I'm really out of shit to do for content. Like, I already made a guide for like a super general guide to not suck at the video game. Like, it's like, what else can I do after that, bro? Like, in making a super hyper specific mega ultimate, like specific ultimate thing, this particular thing that you have a problem with type of video would probably have no views, even in the long run, because it'd be such a niche small thing that most people would probably figure out without a video. It's just like, yeah. I would play What It Wins Me? No, I haven't. I don't really plan on it right now. Maybe in the future, maybe sometime next month, but as of right now, no. It's a very grindy Genshin Impact style game where you're exploring a lot, and I'm not just speaking out of my ass. My brother plays it, and he's been playing it for a week, and man, I check in every now and then. That grind is, god damn. I mean, the amount of map exploration and shit is ridiculous. Sheesh. I don't think I can handle all that. I mean, that's coming from somebody who likes VOIN. Like, you just explore the map to find little challenges and shit so you can get, like, +1 in intelligence or whatever. Or dexterity. Like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ. And then wait till they add more maps and content. You'll be doing even more unnecessary exploration just to get your stat cap up. Sheesh. That sounds nutty. All that to keep up with your guild members and shit for online raid content? God damn, bro. God damn. And then, let's see. Yeah. You know what's crazy? I don't think there's any other, like, active creators for this game. I mean, there's people who made their one-take video of, like, this game's amazing, guys. You should look at it. Okay, bye. And they never make another video. I'm the only person who really makes more than just... I made more than... I didn't even make a video like that. I just made video, like, content for, you know, the active gameplay and shit, you know? Like, builds and fucking guides and shit. Answering questions, revealing locations of hidden items or whatever, right? Like, no one else does that shit. It's crazy. I think throwing pointless teasers for the game with this much interest at this stage would be really bad, so yeah. Yeah, I think he'd add... Yeah, for sure. I'm sure he knows at this point that this game has... It has a massive growing following. I wouldn't say community, because not everybody ends up on the Discord or trying to find my channel, which I would say, like, maybe they find other... Maybe there is, like, one other channel that does this that nobody knows about except for people who watch that person. I don't know. I don't actively look up VOIN content, so I don't know if there's a new player in the game, you know, if there's anyone else making VOIN videos. But right now, I'm pretty sure I'm the only active content creator ever to make continuous VOIN videos about things that aren't just how there's 1,050,000,000,000,000 build variations in this game, and you should play it because I looked at it one time. Like, bruh, that shit gets old. I don't sweat it. I don't sweat the game. It's just great for free to play. Just scroll past your videos when it's watch search VOIN. I see VOIN class. Avoid class on Destiny. Oh wow. I think your algorithm is letting you know that you are either you should play Destiny or you're a post-Destiny addict. Not addict. Maybe that's not wrong. You were a victim. You were once. You sound like that makes it seem like you were once a victim of Destiny. I know a lot of those. The people who quit Destiny a long time ago because the developers just weren't doing right. Yeah. I'm glad I never played it, because I would have been I would have been one of those disgruntled Destiny fans who, you know, I remember the old days when the game was actually good. I would have been that guy. I'm glad I never played it, because Back in the day when it was good, it was good. Played it for a couple months a year ago, or a couple months years ago. That's what it is, man. The algorithm still has you clocked. They think you might go back. They think you might crack and, re-download it. Open up the the pits. Open up the pits and let them in. That's what the algorithm thinks. Because you know what I see when I look up VOIN content and I keep searching? Well, outside of my videos, I keep not searching, but I keep scrolling. I see random shit for other indie games. Because I like indie games a lot. I really like to keep my eyes open for a lot of indie games, so that's what I see. So our algorithms tell a whole different story. I think VOIN has more P2P potential? Oh, I got you. Like weapon skins, single player. It depends. It depends, because when you think about weapon skins, you have to take a look at it like this. So in my opinion, I think there's two ways you could do weapon skins. So if this game were to get weapon skins, you would have to, because there's actually interesting bit of trivia with the newest update that we're playing right now. Obviously, there was classifications that were added to the game, and what are those? I'll tell you what they are. So the classifications, they are dagger, which are these. There's swords, long swords, right? And then there's, what is it, short sword, long sword? I'm pretty sure it was short swords, like, or these, was it long sword? And then was it claymores? I don't remember the exact name, but let's just keep it simple. So there's daggers, there's swords, there's heavy swords like these, the bigger, stupid, chunkier weapons. There's dual blades, which that's its own separate category. And then there's heavy weapons, or hammers. I think it's specifically called hammers and maces, or maces and hammers. Look, one of the two, one of those names is the official name in the game files. That was in the new categorization. So, if weapon skins that you could purchase were to be added to the game, the most effective way would be to make specific class, like weapon class skins, so like hammer skins, so this way your hammer could look a certain way, blah 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 blah. Or the other inefficient, stupid way would be to have a weapon skin exclusive to, like, let's say the Frost Maul. And I say that's a bad idea, simply because, or not bad, like an inefficient idea, because not everybody likes the Frost Maul, or not everybody likes the Fleshsmith Grand Hammer. I'm not gonna lie, some of these weapons are just not my cup of tea. So if there was a skin for, let's say, Frost Maul, or Fresh Grand, or the Grand Hammer, or the Boulder, I wouldn't use them. I would never buy it because I wouldn't use them. Therefore, you couldn't sell me that skin because I don't want to use the Boulder. So I feel like if that were the case, he would have to make it a classification thing. Like you have to classify. It steals the fun and defeats the purpose of the game. Oh, personally, you wouldn't like. You know what's interesting that you say that? There's a game, one of my favorite games of all time, that does exactly what you think. Like it does exactly that. Well, not what you think, what you just said. I mean, I'm rambling. Holy shit. It's called Devil May Cry. Specifically, Devil May Cry 5. That game has it to where you can buy the currency you grind to unlock moves and other stuff, right? Like you blah 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 blah. So you can pay to get the money to get progression without going through the levels and actually fighting. It was a very strange decision because it didn't really suit the game at all. Like it was just one of those things where it's like, okay, but why? Like it was really weird. Really, really weird. And the worst part is, like, not even worst part, I would say the best part is, years down the line, people ended up, like, finding a way to crack the game. Obviously, people who make cheats and all that sort of stuff are gonna cheat, and sell their cheats or put it out there for free, whatever they do, right? So, bam, years down the line, on PC at least, you just load up a trainer or cheat engine, whatever the fuck you use, and you just cheat your money in case you don't want to grind instead of spending your real life money to get some. Or here's a real alternative, right? Play the fucking video game like a normal person and grind normally and enjoy yourself and slowly get better at the game so you can actually use all the moves you unlock, because it's Devil May Cry and the game literally you consist of doing cool shit, and if you're unable to do all the moves you unlock, you can't be cool in Devil May Cry, so you just look stupid and nobody would ever watch you play the game because you fumble and mess up all the combos because you just cheated to unlock everything and don't know what you're doing. I had to get that off my chest. That one was digging into me. Yeah. Also, maybe pay DLCs for more expansions would be really cool, but it would bring a rift between players, bro. I don't think that's viable. Like, realistically, I think, hear me out. I think as a solo dev, if he ever wanted to do DLC stuff that might be divisive and might separate the community or make people really upset, blah blah blah, he'd have to get his clout up, and by that I mean he'd have to, like, this game has to be a hit. By the time this game hits 1 point, this game's already great. I love the game, obviously, but by the time this game hits 1.0, this game has to be like top shelf shit. Like, people are like looking at this game salivating, you know, like they're just like, damn, this was like a fire ass game. And then the next game, or maybe after 1.0 hits, then he could probably do a DLC that is like separated content, and people would be willing to buy it because this game was so fucking fire by the time it came out and hit 1.0 that they were like, shit, fuck it, yeah, sure, man. Here's what, take my money, I love it, right? Or the alternative would be making another game after this, ensuring the quality is good, you know, like it's good shit, you know, like people would actually play it, similar to VOIN or whatever, I don't know, whatever, and then using his reputation to get away with selling DLC, which people often view as, like you said, split content. You know, people would see it as like, you know, a difference between experience, because one person didn't buy the DLC, so they can't experience like this part of the game, and it pisses them off. It's like yada 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 yada, right? But if, like, a lot of games, the games that tend to get away with that sort of thing, it's usually because the developer or the studio or the fucking publisher, even, who cares? Like, that group, that those, you know, there's a reputation, right? So people will look past it. They'll go, oh damn, but this game is actually fire, or these guys make really good games, so like I'll probably buy their DLC anyway because it's probably going to be really fun, right? Like, that's the only way you can get away with that in today's climate, unless you have a player base like, you know, people who like 2K and FIFA and you know, WWE and whatever, you know, like 2K games. Sports games and gacha games are probably the only games that get away with being scummy and selling you split off content for like a way too expensive price. Because whenever any other game does it, in the studio or the publisher or whoever made the game, nobody likes them. Even if the game is good, like, people still look at the reputation of that company and they go, yeah, we hate you guys. Why are you trying to sell us DLC? Just give us new content. You might as well just, like, they just hate it. People, like, it's like, and it makes sense too. Like, a good example of this actually is, I can pull this game up right now. A game called Tales of Arise. It is a RPG. It is a RPG game, and the publisher is Bandai Namco. A lot of people don't like Bandai Namco. I personally don't like Bamco. I think they're a bunch of pieces of shit. I think that they're scammers. And I also think that they screw over their publishers, or they're not publishers, they screw over studios that work with them by shadow dropping their game all the time, and they honestly deserve every bit of hate that they get. Therefore, when Tales of Arise dropped this DLC price for $30, not only were people upset, but they were also really, really annoyed. You know, they were upset by the fact that a new story update or whatever, like more story, was being sold to them, but they were also upset by the price because nobody wanted to pay $30 for an expansion of the game. They fucking hated that shit. But here's the opposite version of that. Remember when Elden Ring dropped a $30 DLC? Y'all remember that shit? Yeah. Everybody loved it. Everyone was like, $30 for an Elden Ring DLC? Yeah, sign me up. I want all of it. I need every last bit of it. I'm surprised y'all only sold it for $30. Like, people were really just okay with that. And, you know, I don't blame them. It's a good game, but, you know, like, when you look at the room temp, like, the negative response Bandai Namco got versus, not Bandai, you know, like, FromSoft got a really good response. But a game published by, I don't even know the company that made Tales of Arise. I've never paid attention to the actual company name because people usually just look at it like, oh yeah, no, it was Bandai Namco Studios specifically. They made and they published the game. That's what it was. That's what it is. Yeah, nobody likes Bandai. Even though Bandai is the publisher of FromSoft, their reputation is so good, they could sell just about anything. And when Night Rain came out as a separate game, people went crazy. You would think people would hate it. No, everybody loved it. They wanted to buy more and more Elden Ring stuff. And so when Night Rain came out, people ponied up, bro. Another $30. They really got away with selling $60 worth of DLC. Because when you think about it, Night Rain is technically just DLC for Elden Ring. It wasn't even made by the main team. It was made by their, like, younger team. They did a fire job. They probably had help from the seniors who've been working on older, you know, who worked on Elden Ring and all that. But, like, still, you know, it's like they sold DLC. Night Rain was really a DLC test. It was like an idea. It was a concept. They sold the concept to people and people loved it and they bought it like crazy. And same with the DLC. It's like, oh, wow. Whereas when other games do it and it's like they sell big expansion packs in the modern era, people rage usually. People hate that shit. And they usually don't buy it. Or if they do buy it, it's usually at a very cut cost, like, you know, Black Friday or other various summer sales and shit like that. Winter sales, end of the year sales, that sort of shit. They just wait for the biggest price drop. Or just pirate it. But when it's Elden Ring, nah, motherfuckers want to have to toss their money over. It makes sense. I dig it. Good game, good. What am I gonna do? I guess I'll run through. I still have no idea what build I'm gonna make though. Like, I have no idea what build I'm gonna make. I'm really just staring at the screen, you know, just sniffing the air. Because none of these are, like, everything I can make now is just gonna be this kind of it's literally just gonna be a different version of something I've already made. Alright, no problem, Jordan. Thanks for tuning in, man. Have a good one. Okay, Twitch. Yeah, I have no idea what build I'm gonna make, bro. There's just nothing. I need new weapons in the game. Like, when that bow gets in here, I hope the bow is in the next major content drop. Because you probably noticed, if you look at this, we're behind on content. We were supposed to get a new character and all this other shit in Q2, Q3. That means a handful of months ago. You know, maybe like 2, 3, 4, something like that, right? We're in Q4 of the year. Q4 means it's the end of the year. It's a business thing. It's like a business term. So companies measure the year. You know, quotas and shit. But yeah, we're in Q4 and we don't have Tools of War yet. So I'm assuming that at this point, the next big update is gonna have both of these. Gonna have all this shit and all this shit. It has to. It actually has to. Because otherwise, he's just gonna do this portion, and this is gonna have to get pushed to next year. And I don't think a lot of people would. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of new players and people who don't overgrind the game like I do. Because not everybody's an obsessed gremlin like I am, but for the long time early access players like myself, which there are quite a few in the Discord and so on and so forth, more than I thought would exist, but damn. We'll be like Desperados, we'll be really upset. I mean, I wouldn't be that upset, but I would be annoyed because I'm at a dilemma, bro. Like I want to make more new creative builds, but I kind of can't do that if I don't have new weapons and new gear. I need new gear, bro. Like we only have so many hearts. These two hearts do the same shit. One is just better for emergency survival, and this one's just better for overall movement. You know, you just whatever, blah. And this, you got two healing things. This one just heals you over time, slowly. This one heals you rapidly with your money. So if you got the money, use it. This is for farming. This is for farming and power. This is for farming, or not farming. Hold on, wrong one. This is for farming. Wow. This is for not dying. Oh wait, this is for not dying. Oh, would you look at that? This is also for not dying. Oh, what do these do? This is for power. This is also for power. This is for not dying, and it's also for power. You know, they kind of do the same things if you actually, you know, learn what they do. Start to realize that, one, we don't have enough gear in the game, realistically, to make more creative builds outside of like the handful of like directions you can go that actually feel like they're doing something other than just giving you one big crit. You know, like, yeah, you could chase the big crit, the basic big mega crit all you want, but it'll never feel that good after a few, you know, I'd say after a few hours of playing with it. You might want to do something else, something more creative, something interesting. And I've pretty much exhausted all the options I have for creative builds, so I'm kind of at a standstill. Like I feel really stuck on this, you know. It really is what it is. It really is what it is. But like when you look at necklaces, this is for fire damage. This is for ice. This is also for fire damage, but really you only use this with this because otherwise this is worthless. Having just raw blaze damage is kind of useless because blaze damage doesn't really do much by itself. It's not that strong, and it doesn't last as long as it should, or as long as it really should last. It's short-lived. So without this is worthless. So you use these together, but they're both for fire damage. This is for poison, and honestly, it's kind of dog shit. Now you might be thinking, that's not true. At max level, you get plus 12. And then like plus 16, you get 10. And if you combine that with other poison stuff, then you can use this. And it can go boom all the time. You constantly think. Or if using a poison build like this, where is it? This one. Then every single time you hit an enemy and you land a crit, including this, like they just explode twice. Yeah, great. Double explosion. It's cool. Until you realize poison is horribly nerfed, and it has been nerfed for a very long time, so you really don't get much effect out of it. Then you have Runic Amulet. Damn. It kind of does help with lightning damage, but like, I mean, lightning damage isn't that strong, so even when you use this to the fullest extent, like as much as possible, it's still not that good. The only way you can maximize the damage out of this is if you use this, and you use Runic Infusion, you combine it with Lightning Sting, or sorry, 1,000 Stings, and then you do this one, and then you do this, Lightning Sting. That is the only way you're going to get maximum damage out of that whole setup. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. You could say, but what about this one? That's 450 damage. Do you really think that's going to scale that much? It's a percentage, but it's not that great. And it's just not as great as you think it is, especially when lightning doesn't have as many advantages to increase its damage compared to all the other elements. All these other elements have such incredible ways to spike their damage to the moon, whereas with lightning it's kind of flat, bro. Like these numbers look great on paper, but they don't have a bunch of amplifiers going for them like fire, lightning, and a little bit like poison. Poison is still stronger than lightning, and that's crazy because poison got nerfed so hard. It used to be one of the it actually used to be the strongest element in the game. Like nothing could compare to poison ever. And if it was still like the same way it used to be before this update, not even then, even like before this update and before the update before that, poison got terribly nerfed down to the fucking under the ground. Like it's dead now. Poison is basically dead because even now, the strongest builds we have in the game right now, they did not compare to poison back then. Back then, poison could easily hit to the millions if you wanted it to. It was insane how crazy poison scaled with zero effort. And all you had to do was combine all like these weapons. This was back when you couldn't combine 3 weapons together. You could only combine 2, so you had to pick you know, between these, but that was an easy choice. Just pick this weapon and pick this weapon. Problem solved. Because this one, you get the poison chance. And this one, you get blah, 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 right? Like, there. Now you have just, because the actual raw damage doesn't matter. It's all poison damage. So back then, poison just obliterated things. That's before they exploded. And then they would explode if they had the audacity to survive. So, like, bosses got nuked in one wave of poison. It was crazy. Yeah, that was nuts. Nothing really compares to that right now, except for certain things that you can do to spike your crits up to like past 100,000. But I mean, you have to do a very lengthy setup with that. You have to do like a bunch of empowerments, sharpness, and various other things. And you also have the right combination of weapons to reach that kind of damage. It's very niche compared to poison, where poison was just kind of a free agent. You could really throw poison on anything and have it scale even without like all the crazy shit adding to it. I mean, just a little poison by itself back then was enough to, you know, spike your damage numbers to the moon. Because poison was just nutty the way it stacked up. And then I mean, outside of that, you got Screeching Necklace, which only really works for like 3 weapons in the game. So that's kind of useless if you're not using those weapons. And then, you know, ice. I mean, there's plenty of ice weapons in the game, so that's not really a problem. There's also ice items that help with ice. So, like, you know, you can spike Ice Age off of this if you wanted to. And this is useless. I will be so honest. This shit has always been trash. Like, there's no point in using this. And you might be thinking, but each hit applies poison. Yeah, it's trash. Why would I need this when poison only stacks up to 12? So poison can only go to 12. And this at level, this, what is it? Yeah, this one at level, I gotta remember what it does. Let me check. If I just go here. No, this one. This one, here it is. You get very easy access to putting poison on things. It might not seem like a lot, but like really read that, like really take that in. You don't need a lot of stacks to hit that. So that's 6. That's at 6x. You things blow up. They take damage. That can be scaled up. So you stack that up with this. Your crit now does twice what you need. Holy shit, that's crazy. And that's not counting the ring, which gives you more poison damage. Like, bro, shit's broken. So why would you, or at least it's broken enough in its own right. So you never really need this. This right here is trash. Especially considering it poisons you back. Now, a good way to scale this would be to use this. And then, yes. Now, I would say, instead of using that, use this instead. Like, this is safer. Being on fire is actually safer than the Viper. Because this one, you can accidentally take 2 damage. At least with this, you're still only taking 1. If you need a way to heal, you could put shit like this on, or like use Vampiric Heart, you know, yada yada yada, right? So, and then you can combine that with Ring of Shock, right? It's okay. It's okay. Like, it's not a broken combination, but it's guaranteed, you know, damage, especially when you're using this directly. You got 500 and that scales up because it's physical, so it can easily scale that up, blah 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 blah. It's really good, really strong when you combine these two. But yeah, it does get in the way of stacking up the ablaze, because the more ablaze you have, the more yada yada yada. You get it. Words. And then there's a problem with the artifacts. Man, most of these are fucking useless, like in terms of combat potential. This is good for farming, good for loot runs. So if you're opening up chests over and over, this is really good. This is really, really good. Well, luck only luck only impacts how much the quality of items that come out of the chest. So, which is also not good in the long run, because luck actually stacks, it like maxes out at 90. So you can have 90% total extra luck. So you either pick between this or this. It really depends on what you're doing in your run. This is better for farming kills. This is better for farming chest. Pick your poison. But also consider, if you're doing a farming build, you probably have this on. But this already gives you an increase of 50. That's 18. That's plus 18. So you get a 50 there, and then you combine this with this. And like at higher levels, let's take a look at this. So it's plus 16 version of that again. It is it is plus 140%. That seems like a lot, but that's actually cap because the luck stacks out at 90% plus as a bonus. You can't get higher than that. So this is actually worthless. I would say get it to something like, I have something at level 10? I don't. Oh wait, I have something at level 2. What's level 2 look like? I think it's plus 5, right? Yeah. Yeah? Why does it say 60? Why do it look like that shrunk? Wait, what? Wait, time out. Oh, because it's plus 3, never mind. I was confused for a second. I thought this was plus 1. This is plus 3. So plus 2 is 60. So it goes up by 5 every time. So do some quick math. It starts off at 55 plus 5 plus 2 is 60. So yeah, I'm not doing that. You really thought I was gonna sit here and do math? You're crazy. Unless I will. Will I do math? Yeah, well. It's plus 8. You get it to plus 8. You get this shit to plus 6, or if you put it on a plus 8 weapon, you now have maxed out luck. With or without this. But, yeah, so. And then you got this, and this. So these are good for movement, but that's all they're good for. I mean, you could use this in combat. Some people like to use it to, in pairing with the, use it with this, and then you put the pocket on, and you go. You get the easy jump, boom, right? But like, you don't really need to do that. I'll show you how. I'll show you how you can use that without using this. What was this? Yeah, it was that. You just do this. Oops, gotta take it off. Jump is off, right? No, it has to jump still on. Okay, good. Nope, it's on here too. Damn it, I have it on everything. Shit. I'm not making a good example. Alright, if you want to spam this, you just do that. Yeah, I know, putting your weapon away in combat sucks, but like, if you're actually like dead set on trying to spam this in combat, shit, I took it off. You just, put your weapon away, quickly jump up, bam, pull it out. There you go. You land with your weapon now, and this summons, like, or you could just like, this, it's like, it's nothing crazy. It's very simple. I don't know why it doesn't do it sometimes. I think there's like a physics glitch in the game where your momentum doesn't fully carry. See, look, it did it that time. It's like, it's weird. Like, I'm going straight up. Sometimes it just doesn't do it. I think that's a bug though. Anyway, I put that back. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I'm tired. What time is it? How long have I been streaming? Not long. Only an hour. That's crazy. Crazy it's only been an hour. I really just wanted to do something today. Like some sort of content. Something. I don't have a video that I feel like recording, so it's either that or stream. But yeah, so this is useless for combat unless you're using a very specific item that works with this. And that's going to be this ring. But in order to make this ring useful, you have to use a very fast striking weapon like this. Or, very fast or extreme speed. Daggers can work too. Depends. Yeah, and then so this is basically worthless because it only works with a very specific thing. It does give you resistance to psychic, but only one enemy in the game actually uses psychic damage, and he's in the fucking snowy mountains. This place for all the fucking snow and death and snow. So yeah, it's really fucking worthless to have this on, even for resistance against psychic damage, because, like, who cares? Damage is damage, and if you get hit, it's gonna guaranteed be one hard. Like, you can't resist that, no matter what, unless you just deny the damage, but whatever. And then you got this one. This is just for cooldowns, but there's better stuff for cooldowns in the game that are more consistent than this. This is okay, but you really never notice that 25%, because the cooldowns in this game are actually they're all really short, so this doesn't impact them very much at all. At all. I mean, maybe if you're spamming abilities, you could use a secondary clause, which is using powers increases cooldown by 25. But like, No, because you can actually abuse that other ways. But so that's actually useless. It's effectively useless because if you want it cooldown, there's so many better ways to get it. So this needs to be reworked. This needs to be made better or more effective, because it really is worthless, like on its own. You have Weird Claw, like it. I don't know, bro. Weird Claw is you could say it's good, but having a fourth heart, like if you have either this or this maxed out, you can get a total of 3. It used to be 5, or it used to be 4, and then it got cut down to 5. No, it got cut down to 3. That's not counting this, but yeah. So you get a total of 4 extra hearts or temporary hearts. Wow, so cool, so effective, so nice. It's not. It's actually really useless. And that might sound stupid, but it really is useless, because why would you want an extra heart or an extra temporary heart every now and then when these at a decent level, like look at this, like even at +4, or in this case +6, it's giving you a temporary heart every 8 seconds. Like that's not bad. And this one, every time you get hit or upon receiving damage, you get a temporary heart, and at higher levels it's you get 3. Same with this one. So like that's a lot of temporary HP to get very easily. Like that shit's broken. Oops. Let me do that. It's absolutely nutty, bro. But you don't even need this. Like the Weird Claw is outdated, pointless now. Even back then, when you can get more temporary hearts, it wasn't useful because you already had so many. Because you had more than what you have now. Even those are too many. And the runes, well, these are good for making explosive damage. If you want to make like an explodey build where everything goes boom, or you go boom, and you want, you could do this, right? And then you got these for cooldown reduction. They're actually really good, but they don't work on a kick for some reason, so that kind of sucks. There is one thing in the game that does work on a kick, and that's actually this weapon. This weapon gives you the ability to get cooldown for your kick. So if you're spamming skills, especially things like Vortex, every hit you do, because Vortex counts as a physical hit with your weapon, every hit you do will reduce or not reduce. So cool, it'll recharge your shit. And you might think 5% is really low, but let me show you what it looks like at +16. Where is it? Oh wait, it's not on here. What did I put it on? Why did I put that on there? Anyway, I think it. Okay, never mind. I don't even have to do that. I could just look at it normally. Second one, 19. 19% chance doesn't seem like a lot, but it's actually cracked, because that means you basically have a 20% chance every single hit. And when you're doing things like Vortex, what build is this? Yeah, this is like when you're doing things like Vortex, like that's a lot of hits, especially if there's like at least more than like one enemy there. Yeah, you're definitely gonna recharge whatever the fuck you want. So that's infinite kick spam. That's infinite spam. But these two, they don't allow you. They don't lower the cooldown on your kick. Don't know why, but they don't. And then this one, like the lightning stuff, they're okay. They're all right. They're not that great. They can be strong, but not like as strong as everything else. So they really do fall behind no matter what you're using. I really like background damage. Using them as your main source of damage is foolish. You got this one, Force Overcharge. It's kind of like one of the best runes in the game at this point. What else do you expect to be the best one? Obviously it's gonna be this. I mean, it's a crazy damage increase. Look at that shit. Read that shit. It's ridiculous. Like, that's nuts. And even in its +16 version, which is here. Wait, which one has it? Which one of you motherfuckers have this shit? There it is. +170, right? And then like 275. Like, even without like the maxed out +18 version, that's still disgustingly overpowered, bro. Like, it's crazy. You combine that with anything else, and it's just like the best thing ever. What am I even talking about, bro? I'm just ranting at this point. Like, I really am just ranting at this point. And I don't even feel. You know what? Did I just get struck by lightning? Why? Why are you doing that? Oh, all right. Okay, bro. Chill out. I'm leaving if that. I'm burning? Oh, right, because I forgot I put that on. It scared me for a moment. I thought it was burning because we didn't. Uh, okay. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. What the fuck? Anyway, scatterbrain moment. I'm just gonna end the stream. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to end the stream. So appreciate anybody who watched. Blah 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 blah. Like, subscribe. Humble bullshit. Press the hype button on my videos. I guess I don't know. I guess it does something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. Who knows? Who really knows? Do you? I don't. But yeah. Goodbye.